All right, cool. Mic check. Nice. Nice. Good day. Good day. Good day. Let's see here. Let me type this up. Let's see what we get here. Let's see what we get here. So the first two things I'm noticing here is wow, look at price just dump right now. All right. Um got this low here, got this high. So from what I can see, let me go ahead and get these levels right. All right. So looking at price, we have this massive bearish gap here. We got this drive. Wow, this is already taking out the lows here. Wow. Okay. So I guess this bearish gap right here held up nicely. But now we're taking out these lows. So let's see what happens here. I'm thinking that this gap right here should hold up. See how price responds in this gap. But let's go to higher time frame, get my levels together real quick. News came out. So we have a few engulfing candles down in here that I want to pay attention to. All right. Green there, no. A few engulfing candles there. And this is literally just bleeding right now. So we have this London low engulfing. We have this pre-market engulfing, and it is just ripping through everything right now. Which you guys already know what that means. We're probably going to end up bullish. Moving way too fast here. No pullbacks. All right. So what I'm looking at here is first things first, we have this massive fair value gap, right? So when price drives into this level here, I want to see how price responds off of this candle that we got that closed, right? We're getting a massive rejection right now. This is actually ridiculous, man, because where is it going? We're pushing into very, very bullish territory, and it's moving a little bit too quick. So let's see here. And we took out this low. We took out two internal lows. Let's go to the daily chart, see if there's any areas of interest here. So we have this drive into this daily gap. This closing price was beautiful. Yeah, this level right here, beautiful. And then if you look at the daily chart to your left, we have this bearish gap. We push into that bearish gap and we closed pretty bullish. Now we get another candle closure. We're rejecting this open price here. So maybe price wants to push down into this low here. This is potential draw right here, where we see price push through this bearish gap. But what do you notice? Right after this strong bullish closure, price is rejecting this high like no tomorrow. And then now we hit the base of this candle, bounce up to the high again, and now we're getting more rejection. So price could want to continue lower. This is ridiculous, bro. This is ridiculous. There's a lot of selling pressure. It's Friday, so maybe that's why. Maybe price just wants to waste time today. Because naturally you would think that all-time highs would be the draw, right? But everything is pointing for lower, which is ridiculous. I don't see anything telling me to buy this right now. We have all-time highs right here. Price is rejecting this high. similar to what we saw here, right? Where we saw price give you this strong bearish reaction. Price pushes into it with the pretend to be bullish candle, and then price just slams off of the high of that bullish candle all the way back down here. Looks like we're doing the same exact thing right now. All right, cool. So from what I can see, it's dropped down to back to this 2 hour here. We're either going to see a strong reaction off of this base here, and I'm looking for like a fair value gap down in here that makes sense. There's nothing in here. We have this fair value gap here, closed inside of it, open price, closed inside of it, open price. So if anything, this level right here would be a point of interest. And here we go. Let's see here. This already looks like either it's just gonna bleed today, or we're getting a power of 3. We open lower, looking for a flip back bullish. Bearish candle, open price, boom. Yeah, this low right here is very strong. Because if you notice how I like to read prices, how is price responding when you see that engulfing bar? We got this engulfing bar, we reject the high, but notice we don't even bother the low, right? So that's telling me that this candle is pretty bullish. Where did price stop going lower? It was right here. So if I put this low here in play, we got this candle rejecting off of it. We got this candle. Price tries to push back to it a few times, failed. And then where's the next level above here, right? You see this? Let me make this darker. Where's the next level above it? We see this level here. And then we haven't hit that level again yet, but the next level that makes sense would be this engulfing bar right here. Price tries to go lower, expands higher. Now we're retesting this low. Decent rejection here. So now I'm looking to see how price responds right now. Everything else is pretty much straightforward. I still think price wants all-time highs, and the fact that 10 a.m. opens so aggressively bearish here, there we go. This is what you want to see here. This is what you want to see. Because if we flip this gap right here, I'm going bullish. Right? This right here will be my indication that price is bullish. If I go to the lower time frame, we may get some sort of setup here. Right, yeah, I like where price is reacting from, right? And there may be some sort of SMT. Yeah, notice we've taken out London's low and Asia's low on NASDAQ. We've already flipped this gap on NASDAQ, so we're about to flip this gap as well. And this is gonna be a clean bullish profile. So I'm gonna get ready for a buy here. Let's see, where's a good point of interest? I'm gonna wait for some sort of 1 minute gap to shape and then fill. If price just runs straight to this high, then I can't do anything about that. I'm looking for a 1 minute gap fill. So this was where I wanted to potentially short, but like I said, when you see price just knife in one direction without pulling back at all, just wait for price to get where it's going, and we see price hit a very strong level here. So now I'm looking for an aggressive buy opportunity. We have this 1 minute bullish gap here that I could possibly enter from, and then put my stop below it, like 11 points, and then I'm aiming for the high, something like that. See if we get a pullback. I'm gonna watch NASDAQ in case NASDAQ tries to be sneaky and fill the gap. and then ES doesn't fill. All right, so let's see here. And here we go with the shenanigans, bro. It's just fill the gap. Here we go. Here we go. It's gonna probably just take off here now. I hate stuff like this. That was so close to filling the gap. And then it just decided not to. Where's 10 a.m. price for NASDAQ and ES? I don't see ES 10 a.m. Oh, that's why. All right, so yeah, 10 a.m. price hasn't been hit yet. So it's gonna pull back once we hit that 10 a.m. NASDAQ is ripping. Let's go to NASDAQ here and see what we saw. And make sure that there we go. All right. So I'm watching ES here. Yeah. Cool. So I want to see price give us a pullback to that 1 minute gap and then hold that gap. NASDAQ, let me remove all this. I want to see what NASDAQ offered here. So NASDAQ offered, yeah, a gap fill, 8 to 10. Notice this open, yeah, we're probably going to have to be aggressive here. So this closing price is what I would have been looking for a reaction off of. Man, this is about to rip, bro, and I'm about to be so upset. If it holds 10 a.m., I'm going to take an aggressive buy just because of how fast price is moving. Like if it gets above 10 a.m. right here, right, and then starts to hold it clearly, then I'll buy it, put my stop maybe underneath the previous daily high, underneath this 6 p.m. price, or underneath this bearish gap that was inverted. I want to see just a decent rejection so we can get a gap fill. But looking at NASDAQ, right, what happened? We saw price opens at 10 a.m. We have this bearish gap right at this closing price for that previous candle, right? And with that closing price, we held it. Same exact thing, right? It looks identical to ES. Same exact thing happened. We reject this bearish gap right here, move lower, sweep out the lows, and now we're back above this bearish gap. Or are we? So it all depends on how price responds on this pullback. There goes the pullback. Beautiful. You need to see price respect the bullish gap down in here. Otherwise, it may go right back bearish. If you notice, we're still inside of this bearish level here where we got that bearish gap before. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is what you want to see. Now you get a fair chance to read and react. So we have this bearish gap right here, which I'll highlight it as this, right? But the high of the candle matters as well, right? We push into it a few times. We broke the gap, but we haven't been able to break this candle high, right? Now we're driving back into 10 a.m. You want to see price literally just show bullishness and close above this bearish setup that was presented. And then you can start taking it to the high. Yeah, it looks like that's what's going to happen. Let me move this over. And then we have the same thing here where you want to see price start getting above here. We have this bearish gap that 10 a.m. was unable to break, right? 10 a.m. tried to break it, and instead we displaced lower. And then now we're inverting the bearish gap here, but that means nothing if we can't break through this gap and this high as well. So I'll probably end up buying this a little bit later. Strong close above there, I can get a trade like this where we put our stop below that swing and then just look for a quick scalp like that. Yeah, something like that. I'll probably go with like a 9.5 stop, something like that, and use this high right here as a break to go higher. And it looks like we're about to break on NASDAQ as well. We've already inverted it, right? But as you can see, those inversions will lie right to your face on the 1 minute. We inverted this gap once, twice, and still sold off aggressively. So it's important to wait for price to clear that fair value gap candle high, and then start looking for your trade. So that's my trade idea right now. I like the buys. We tap into very bullish territory, and now we're just waiting for price to break this bearish wall here. 9.5 points on the stop, and then that's going to be 10 micro, so that's one contract, $500. I'm just looking for a closure above there. Look at NASDAQ lead the way here. Nice. 1 minute closure, but immediate rejection. So you want to see price get comfortable above here. If we end up flipping back bearish, all I need to see is price start breaking through bullish territory here, and then we can look for shorts to maybe previous daily low or something like that. But as I mentioned, bro, like all-time high is right here. Price has been bullish, so I think the buys make the most sense if we can clear this level. What entry price would this be? 69.82. If we break it. And at least we see price attempting to go lower here, and you see price finding support off of the previous daily high, finding support off of 10 a.m. price over here on NASDAQ, and also finding support off of the EMA, right? So that gives you a place to put your stop loss once price starts trying to break out here. You can put your stop loss here, understanding that you should see support from that level. Now we're just waiting here. Looks like price is going to break out here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and buy this. I'm going to buy that. And I'm just looking for a high of day here. Man, this is moving way too fast, bro. Like, terrible feel. But still think we're going to have to hold it. Wow. Look at this speed, bro. Like, what is... I might as well just... Where's all-time high at? All-time high is way up here. This is ridiculous, bro. Speed is ridiculous. You see how you need to wait for a closure above here? Look at where the closure happens, way up here. And now we've taken out this high. NASDAQ is pretty strong as well, so I guess we could wait for NASDAQ to take out this high. And then also NASDAQ still has this previous daily high as a draw. It just makes it so stupid. Like, I hate this type of speed around important areas, right? I just wanted a better closure, but can't complain about my fill. It just makes you think, why is price moving so fast? It almost just makes me feel some type of way. Like, come on, bro. Are you going to just sweep this high and then dump? Or are you actually going to try and make sense of what's happening and just run? We have... Let's go check the 4-hour. Look to our left. Yeah, we're taking out a 4-hour high here. So the next 4-hour high would be there for about 12 points. NASDAQ hasn't even taken out the 6 a.m. high yet. So that right there would be the draw for NASDAQ. Pull this down here. And let's check that 2-hour high as well. Yeah, so this high right here is the draw. I want to see at the very minimum, I want to see NASDAQ take out this high. And then from there, you have that same 4-hour high over here. The previous daily high. Yeah, with all this speed, bro, NASDAQ should take out previous daily high. Notice what time it is. Notice how fast price is moving. It's only 10 a.m. and we just saw price sweep and then flip bullish very aggressively, right? We tapped into a bullish area of interest and then you just see a cannon of a move higher. So I'm anticipating this to be a really, really big transition. And there goes the highs almost. Come on, NASDAQ, take out these highs. One more push and I'm out of here. I'm just looking for 500 here. 1R essentially. Currently floating about 7 points. I'm looking for 9 or 10 points on this move. There it goes. All right, yeah. And there goes NASDAQ taking that high here. I think I'm just gonna scale out here. Come on, yo. Yeah, I'm out. I can't, you can't even play games with this anymore. You see how we burst through that high and immediately reject? We saw what happened yesterday when I tried to get a little bit too greedy. That won't happen again. I'll take my 9 points here. Give me 9 points. It's 10:30, which sucks because I think it's not done going higher. I think it's gonna take this previous daily high. But you just can't give these markets any benefit of the doubt. You just take what it gives you and protect the trade, bro, because if this reverses from here, I would have to label myself an idiot. And there goes the next push. See what I mean, bro? This is so lame. It's so lame, bro. It's so lame. What was all of this hesitation for? Just to scare people? So yeah, once we take this previous daily high here, I am gonna wrap this up. Not bad at all. Not bad. I cannot complain. About 400 bucks there. I'll take it. I'll take it, my friends. And as you can see, when the market wants to move fast, it will. Yesterday, the market decided it didn't want to go anywhere for hours and hours and hours. Just look at yesterday. Yesterday was a scam, yo. Look at this. No, that's not yesterday. Look at this. Just look at this. And we were bullish literally from this red line right here. I was calling out the buys all day. I caught a good buy here. I should have took profit up here. Came all the way back, stops me out. But yet the bias remained the same. Bullish, bullish, bullish. All right, there goes NQ taking out the previous daily high. Alerts being hit. But if you notice, price just slams into the same area of interest from yesterday, which is why I was able to lock in on that bullish bias. Bro, look at this, bro. Get out of my face, bro. It's going to go straight to all-time highs today. And I could have held it, but it's like, I don't know, bro. Maybe yesterday was trash because today was NFP, right? I don't know. I think that I have to start considering that type of stuff as well. Take the smaller move the day before big news events. That can definitely help me out. Because yesterday I should have definitely took those 13 points. And then today's the day where you're supposed to hold for those 20-point moves. So I got it backwards, right? But next time I'll be good. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully everybody was able to get involved. Today was extremely quick. Boom, boom, boom. Let me screenshot this real quick. Download. Not a bad week. Actually, this week was actually fire. Besides yesterday, that's a fact. 4 green days, 1 red day. Every single trade idea was valid. The bias this week, every day of this week, fire. Yeah, so crazy. All right, there it is. So I gotta wrap it up here. Yeah, just end the day on the W. Super quick trade, about 9 points there. If we take a look at next week, I'm thinking we should have some good volume as well. Let's see. Calendar for next week. Monday, there's no news, which could be trash. Tuesday, CPI, excellent. Wednesday, yeah. So Monday, day before big news, look for smaller trades or maybe even no trade. And CPI, PPI, unemployment claims. The rest of the week looks pretty solid. Cool, yeah. So I would love to see this push to this let's go to 4 hour. Oh, we've already taken that 4 hour liquidity as well. So I wouldn't expect too much more, but because it's so early, price could go ahead and start pushing towards all-time highs just to end the week on a strong note, right? But I think this is all I could ask for here. Maximum 13 points is what I would have went for. 12 or 13 points here. I was able to get 9 out of those 12 before price started being weird. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. This is crazy. Hopefully everybody caught that. Let me get off of this. This will make me kind of upset because of how it just keeps going, bro. But this is, yeah, it all makes sense, right? Yesterday was a little bit choppy before NFP. Today, NFP, we push right here, take out the highs, push back to retest the bullish support, immediately flip bullish. Beautiful. And the crazy part is we didn't even see any gap fill on the 1 minute. That's the part that makes you think that this is about to run for a while. We completely ignored all the bullish gaps and just started breaking through bearish territory. So I had to do my best to try and get an entry here. So I'll take it. I'll take it, especially since we didn't tap in any gaps. We did retest 10 a.m., which was fair enough. That was the only other exception to this gap fill down here. We break 10 a.m., retest it, and hold it. Then I have to give it a chance, right? I will wrap it up now. Catch you guys on Monday. Monday may be a little bit slow. There's no news on Monday. But really strong week, man. That's how you start the year off. That is how you start the year off. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is drop this in the chat. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. I'll catch you guys next time.